El Animal is back. He's on the hunt. Heavyweight Filip Hrgovic confirmed for the Joshua Usyk undercard in Saudi Arabia against Zhilei Zhang for the IBF Heavyweight final eliminator for the world title. Filip Hrgovic, how you doing?
Yeah. Hi, man. Everything good. I'm doing very well.
I've got to start by saying, where in the world are you now? Because you and I have spoken a few times, and you move around a lot for training. So where are you right now?
Now I'm in Houston because I changed coach. I was in Miami before preparing every time, so I spent there last few years in Miami, and I changed the coach. Now I'm working with Ronnie Shields, and he's based in Houston. So now I'm here.
I will speak about that training camp in just a moment. I first want to address the news of the week that you are fighting Zhilei Zhang on the huge Usyk Joshua 2 undercard. Tell me a little bit about this fight. We spoke about it already because it was announced previously. It's a major fight for you. What do you feel about Zhilei Zhang and this fight in general?
Yeah, it's a good fight for me. He's a good opponent. He has good experience in amateurs and in professionals, and I consider this like my first real fight in professionals. All these fights what I had before, it was like easy for me, and this is my first real uh, challenge. He's a good fighter. He's big. He's southpaw. And I expect good fight, and it's a big prize. It's for the IBF. It's IBF eliminator, so whoever wins becoming mandatory challenger for IBF title, and it's a big deal for both of us. So I expect good fight.
Absolutely, tremendous opportunity for both of you. Certainly for the winner. Just talk to me a little bit about that size and the fact that he's a southpaw. Why is that a problem? Just if you could just open up a little bit, why is the fact that he's so big and the fact that he's southpaw, what problems does that having that stature bring to you, and how do you expect to answer those problems?
But there are not so many southpaws, in boxing. So every time when you're boxing southpaw, it's a tricky, you need to prepare tactics for the southpaw special, and it's not such a huge problem. I boxed with a lot of southpaws, but it's a little bit tricky. So just need to be prepared tactically for the southpaw, and have southpaw sparring partners, and I'll be good with southpaw. I'm not worried too much, but because there are not so many southpaws, that's why it's tricky, and also it's hard to find southpaw sparring partners. We always struggling with sparring partners when you're fighting with southpaw. So a little bit of problems fighting southpaws, but it's not a big deal.
You mentioned what's on the line, what the prize is for the winner is that mandatory status for the IBF World Heavyweight Title. Does it give you extra incentive that very belt, that very title, that red world title belt, will be on the line in the very next fight in the very same ring later that evening with Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk? Will you stay and watch that fight, and will you be incentivized because that belt is in the building, it's in the same place as you?
Yeah, of course I will watch that fight, and it's a great fight. I'm looking forward to see what will happen in a rematch. I'm really interesting, and whole world is interesting. What will happen? It's really good fight, and we'll see what happen after. If I became mandatory, you know, there a lot of talk about making undisputed fight, undisputed championship. So maybe it take place before I get my chance. uh, I don't know what will happen, but of course I'll be ready, and I'll be waiting for that, and for my
Yeah,
shot
of course.
at the title.
Of course, you take care of business your end. Let's talk about your fight, the training in particular. You're over in Houston. You're with Ronnie Shields. How has it been going? What new things have you picked up with the new coach?
It's hot, man. It's hot here, but everything else it's good. I like the camp, these camps very much, and I think I'll improve with Ronnie. I think he's a great teacher, great coach. We it's different what I used to do before with Pedro in Miami. Different philosophy, different approach to trainings and to boxing. So I think I'm learning with Ronnie every day in the gym, and we needed some time, to adjust. He need to adjust to my style. I need to adjust to his way of training and everything. But I'm here already 2 months, and I have 1 month more, 1 month more. So we have plenty of time, to make all adjustments and to be ready for my next fight. And I'll be ready 100%, and I think I'll be a better fighter after this camp.
That's what we want to hear, Philip. I want to move just swiftly on to a topic that we spoke about off air before we came on. I just again want to pass on respects after what has happened. It's been a really challenging few months for you. You were obviously due to fight this fight previously on the Canelo card, and a bereavement in your family has pushed this fight back and put everything else on hold, and rightly so. How have you been in the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard time for me, and losing parents. It's really. I think it's really hard for every man. It's like you. Everything is different, Like whole your life shake up and change. Everything is changed since that moment, and I had really hard time, and I still having. I think about him, every minute, and it's hard. And but I find motivation to win this fight for him, and I know he will want me to continue to be champion, to continue winning. And I know he was warrior, he was brave man. He didn't afraid of anything. So he would like for me for sure to continue my trip, to continue my mission, and to I cannot stop. I cannot stop in this moment. I come uh, so far. I did a lot of things, but I'm still I have job to do, and I need to win my next fight, and I need to become champion and to fulfill my dream. And especially now, I'll do it for my father and for my family even more. So I find motivation in that. It's in one way, it's like I said, it's really hard. I never felt something like that in my life, but in the other hand, it gave me some extra motivation.
It's beautifully worded, that, Filip. Would you say that this is the most driven for any fight you've ever been in your whole career, both amateur, professional, Olympic, everything else? Is this the most driven you've ever been for a fight?
Yeah, I hope so. For sure, it's hardest camp in my life. It was it's not easy. It's only been few months ago it happened, so it's not easy to train in these circumstances. But I know, like I said, I cannot stop, and I'll find extra motivation, and I'll do everything to win that fight. And yeah, I think you'll see the best version of me. But I need, of course, put emotions on the side and stick to the game plan and listen to Ronnie, and be smart also. But I'll come in for win.
Just finally, it is obviously all to fight for over in Saudi Arabia. You're known for having huge punching power. Are you going to go for the stoppage that night, or are you looking to showcase boxing ability and do it over the distance, or do you not think about that?
Of course, I will look for stoppage if I see chance. And you said, yeah, I have big punching power. I'll take, if I connect, I'll put him to sleep definitely. So we'll see. I need to be cautious and box well. I need to be fast, and especially on the beginning, because he's also is a big puncher. He's a big man, and he has fast hands as well. So I need to be cautious, but I will definitely look to stop him. Maybe not in opening rounds, but later on, I definitely looking to stop him.
Well, Filip Hrgovic, the most avoided heavyweight boxer on the planet. Finally, you have a challenger willing to step up to the plate, and it's on a tremendous stage. It's on a huge platform. We cannot wait to see you out there and hopefully take that win and become the IBF heavyweight mandatory title challenger. All the very best. Excuse me. All the very best.
Almost there, man. Almost there.
I just had to clear that. But yes, Filip, thank you very much for joining us. I can't wait to catch up with you again soon.
Thank you, man. All the best, and speak soon.